How do I align my life with my true destiny? All right, that is today's question. And that is number 48 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. If you'd like to get a complete listing of all 144 annotated, just click the link in the description and I will send you a free copy of my guide to the 144 fractal faculties. Also, if you need to bone up on your kind of elementary Tree of Life, just watch my video called Tree of Life, an introduction, a short introduction, either one will do. And, that'll get you up to speed enough to be able to follow along with all of these 144 videos that I'm rolling out. And like I said, I'm on number 48. My name is Thomas, and welcome to my channel. I do educational videos on a number of different topics. But right now, at the beginning, we are focused on the Tree of Life. And that's because the Tree of Life is a great resource that you can use not only for its own sake, but also in order to help you integrate and prioritize and access and retrieve, recall many other subjects. So when we get on to the other subjects, the Tree of Life will pay dividends down the road for us to be able to learn massive amounts of information from other subjects. Okay, so now when we look at the number 48, we are still here wrapping up the seventh sphere. So the seventh sphere corresponds to our imagination, corresponds to our intuition, going inside and asking of ourselves and coming out with the answer and being able to verify those answers. Also, inspiration, being able to watch other people do things we aspire to and be motivated by it. It also corresponds to congregative thinking, so being able to take parts of things and integrate them or congregate them into a whole, concrete things, so by their surface characteristics, and we put them into wholes that are pleasing, pleasure, forwarding the pleasure principle, and also into arrangements that are original, forwarding the creative spark. And then also integrating or putting these, congregating all these things together for our own lives to form a higher calling for our lives. And we'll be talking about that today. So that is the seventh sphere. Now remember, the Tree of Life is basically a map of our consciousness. And each one of these is an aspect of that, an aspect of our consciousness or a faculty of our consciousness. So we have these 12 different faculties, and what we do to fractalize the tree is we take all 12 and the tree itself and boil it down or shrink it down and then apply it to each one of the separate spheres. So when we apply the whole tree to the 12th, to the seventh sphere, that means that we're breaking down the seventh sphere into its 12 parts. And so right now when we're talking about number 48, we're talking about the zero sphere within the seventh sphere, or the zero fractal of the seventh sphere, or the zero aspect of the seventh sphere, or of the seventh aspect. And so the zero corresponds to nothingness. It corresponds to a complete mystery. It also corresponds to the concealed or the hidden. And in this case, that's kind of what we're talking about, the hidden aspect of the seventh sphere. And a lot of times when you do fractalize them, the zero sphere corresponds to the zero fractal corresponds to the hidden aspect of that sphere. So this is kind of like the hidden aspect of the seventh sphere. Number 48, how do I align my life with my true destiny? It's called pointing to a mission. And here we go. Who am I? And what am I doing here? Remember, we all have secret gifts that need to be, or we all have secret gifts just waiting to be expressed. The way pieces in a puzzle will fit together best. Find my perfect self-expression in the world. Find the place I am to fill that no one else can fill. Find the thing I am to do which no one else can do. Spiritual motivations go beyond the imperatives of biological life. Chi upgrades into Shen. Shen life force begins to manifest as agape, an unconditional love offering, a spiritual calling, a life devoted to God. Crossing from biological life to the ethical, to the spiritual world, gives us that strange attractor function, the calling. Destiny by divine design. Who am I? How best to contribute to the world? Destiny is mine by divine right, a lifeline which turns on bright lights for the glorious sights that I set my eyes on, imagining it inside. Who am I? How can I best glorify the Creator? Launching a love offering for all. I don't want to be no doctor, be no lawyer, when I can just be myself, as long as it is the best version of myself, my true authentic self, my creative self doing myself right, reflecting my higher self. Okay. So today I'm fulfilling my destiny by playing video games on the couch. Here on the couch, I am just free to express myself with my joystick. That's a tough sell because destiny is not an excuse for indolence. But at the same time, we may need some rest and recovery. And it might take some time to find ourselves and our true destiny before we can rapidly expand into the divine plan. Who am I? What am I here for? Where do I fit? Tune into my destiny, imagine it inside, and estimate or calculate to find it. My pair of rents are my parentheses for this life. Apparently, I chose them in the bardo under strife. What qualities about each do I most admire and dislike? I got these traits myself, and they leave me transparent signs. Use loves and hates, strengths and weaknesses as guides. Work on them both to accentuate and diminish each kind. Employ discipline and development for to shine, for to mine my gifts through steadfast and resolute trying. Center my pleasure, center my motivation around the calling. Weigh my priorities by relevance to the calling. Until I'm prepared to share my gifts with one and all, to help people help themselves from my heart. It's an honor, it's a labor of love. I'm ready to work hard. I'm ready to work smart. I'm oh so happy to do it, my contribution and my fulfillment. To take on the mission, many things will have to be left behind, but the calling is not divisive, not a fractionation within my center. It is truly an integration as I now plug into the wider context of the divine matrix. The laws of nature indicate that everything will be provided that I need for the mission. But my task is still daunting. It's a mission impossible. The odds are stacked against me, but that's okay. The process itself grounds me, it centers me, it gives me an ethical compass, it makes me more sane. After fully embracing my sacred mission, life slowly has become magical in a sustainable way. And I got a brand new soul all my own. Individuation from the hive is honor's graduation from the herd of sheeple you. Just by being myself at my best, my destiny, rise up mission, exalt. Okay, that is the 0 fractal of the 7th sphere, and that is number 48 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. And if you'd like a free copy of my guide to the 144 fractal faculties, just click the link in the description, and I'll send that out to you for free. You can also click the like button. You can share the video with others, subscribe to the channel, make constructive comments in the comment section, and you can also donate to the project directly through Cash App or Venmo, listed in the description. I will be rolling out number 49 on this list at some time in the very near future, so stay tuned for that. I'll also be doing another Tree of Life related video that's kind of just some of my notes from Meduna Ter, who's the original author, Ra and Affair Amen, the original author of the Tree of Life books called Meduna Ter, where I got my original inspiration for this project and for my whole life for studying Tree of Life. He's the first person that made the Tree of Life comprehensible to me, and so I very much appreciate that. And you know, he's got several volumes of Meduna Ter, and I've read 3 or 4 of them, but I hadn't read volume 1 for a while, and it was good to go back and look at it. And I'm going to take some of my notes from that, things that maybe I forget or that I miss or that I de-emphasize in my approach, and I will try to kind of take some of his notes and inject that into this as well. That'll be coming up soon, possibly today. And so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, have a great day, and we'll talk to you very soon.